evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. Oof, we're about to have a good conversation about love. Love, love, love. Love is the one thing that is keep coming out in every last one of these readings. So let's talk about it. Let's see what's in the cards. Let's see what's in our energy. Let's get some understanding of what energy is and how energy works. What will work and what won't work. Ugh. So I'm gonna end up doing first, shout out. I still got to check out the page. I can admit that I haven't checked out the page yet. So shout out to this Empress 4444. I guess when I was on vacation, it was a couple of people that left comments saying that, I'm here because, this creator gave you a shout out, so I came to check it out to see how you are. And so, definitely I thank you for the shout out. I still need to go over to the page and check the creator out. I haven't did it yet. I was traveling, I was driving. I know I was, looking at the comments while I was driving. Keep in mind, my car is basically, it gets to a mode that it can be self-driving. With the Ford F-150, you can put it in lane control, and lane control makes sure that you stay within your lane. And so if you're drifting out of the lane, the car will take over and move you back into the center of the lane. And so I love that feature. And then, of course, you put it on cruise control, that you keep it at a certain speed. And so I always do like 3 over the speed limit, 3 to 5. I never try to go over 5 the speed limit, because that's when you get tickets. Normally 3 to 5 over, they don't give you tickets. And so I put it on cruise control. And so now is doing the accelerating for me, is doing the actual driving for me. And then from there, I forgot what this feature is called, but it's a feature on the Ford F-150 that you can put how many spaces you want in between the car in front of you. And so the moment that you get close, depending on what barrier you put on, it will slow the car down. And if the person stopped in front of you, it would immediately stop the car for you. And so, with those 3 things combined, it pretty much makes it self-driving. Now, I can't wait to get the new Ford F-150 because it's completely self-driving. But, as long as I have it on the lane control, I have it on cruise control, and then I have it where it stops when the car in front of me stops, is basically self-driving. And so I do everything on road trips now. I'm watching TV shows. I got Hulu, Netflix up, watching TV shows. I'm in my comments, responding to comments and everything. Now, the one thing about it, you got to keep one hand on the steering wheel, because if the sensors sense that your hand is not on the steering wheel, it will send you a lot of messages, and it will stop the car, or it will get out of that mode. So but it'll give you plenty of warning. So I love it. I love the Ford F-150. But it was during my time of traveling that people were sending me messages saying that Empress 444 sent me a shout out. So whoever the person is, thank you for the shout out. Thank you for entrusting me to give your people advice, because it's there's a responsibility when you refer somebody. When you're referring someone, you are putting your stamp of approval on there. You are saying, hey, I checked this person out, or this person helped me in some type of way. Maybe they'll do the same for you. And so I don't take that stuff lightly. I really do appreciate the shout out, because clearly you watched a video or something, and you've seen something in me, and you entrusted me with some of your followers. So I definitely thank you for that. So special shout out to Empress 444. Again, I haven't checked your page out. I will probably end up doing it today. I just put baby to sleep. I have my I think that would be considered my he would be considered my, I think it's grandnephew, because it's my nephew Isaiah's kid. And so his name is Israel. And so I have the baby while Isaiah is at work, because Isaiah have his kid here in Arizona all the way up into the 26th. And so I have the baby during the daytime. So and so that's who the baby is. The baby is my grand nephew. So I think that's who it would be, right? If I'm not mistaken, is that what it's called? So it's my nephew's kid, and so somebody in the chat got to know. Somebody in the chat got to know that the titles of the family. I believe the baby would be considered my grandnephew. I think that's what it would be considered. Your great nephew. Okay, so it would be considered my great nephew. Okay, so that's what it is. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Okay, so that's what it is, my great nephew. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. So that's who it is my great nephew. And he's a really good kid. I love, I love babies. Now let's switch to a different topic. I gave my shout out. Of course, Otter Spirit, get your crystals. So now let's switch to a different topic. Let's talk about, signs. Now I have always been very intuitive, and I will know things, and I don't even know how the hell I know it. But I'm always good at watching signs. I remember when I had a big house fire in Indiana. I remember as clear as day. I went to the gym, and something was telling me to focus on this bird that was on the building of the gym. And so I'm looking at this bird, and the moment I locked eyes with this bird literally like straight died. It just went boom. It just literally just fell from the building, just falling down, not flying or anything, just fell down and hit the ground. And the moment I seen that shit, I was like, oh, something is about to happen. I was like, something is getting ready to happen, and it's going to happen quick. It's going to happen fast. I'm like, something is getting ready to happen. That was a sign for me that something was getting ready to happen. When I go back to the house, my house is up in flames. Me and Elijah was at the gym. I was already at the gym with the kids. And as soon as we got back to the house, the whole entire house was caught on fire. And the firefighters were saying that it was an electrical fire from a room that we never used. It was a room in the house that we never used. This room, nobody is never in that room. And they were saying that the outlet, I guess, gave a powerful electrical, spark and shock, and it caught on to the bed or something that was in that room, and it just burned everything down from there. And so I'm always good at watching signs. And recently, which I shared on one of my videos, I noticed how Elijah was just keep coming to me, and it's just like every 5 minutes, Dad, 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 Dad. And I mean, I'll be in the middle of a ritual, and Elijah, Dad, 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 and just stupid stuff that he wouldn't normally come to me for, where it was just like, oh, Dad, can I get a cup of water? And I'm like, Elijah, when have you ever asked for permission to get a cup of water? Go get the cup of water. Oh, Dad, can I have some juice? Elijah, it's juice in the refrigerator. Go get it. Just don't be greedy. And he was just every 5 minutes, it was just like, Dad, Dad, Dad. And finally, I'm like, okay, this is out of the ordinary. I'm like, okay, I'm taking this as a sign. I'm like, the spirit's got to be telling me that, it's a baby coming in some type of way, because that's what I associate that behavior with. Those are, baby behaviors, always needing your time and attention. And I'm like, this got to be a sign. It's a baby coming. I'm like, I'm about to get another kid or something. And, lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, Zay come to me, Isaiah, and he's like, hey, me and my girl is back talking. She said, I can see the kid. I got the kid into the 26. Can you watch my baby for me? And I'm like, I knew it was something. I'm like, I'm very good at, intuition and discerning signs. I'm like, it's a reason that, this is happening. And that's exactly what it was. Spirit was putting me in the mindset of letting me know that, nigga, you finna have some more responsibilities. You finna have a baby in the house. And so that's exactly what happened. And so, that's just a lesson for you. Make sure that you're paying attention to these signs. Your signs are not always as obvious as, what some people make it out to think, that, you're just getting these downloads and they're telling you specifically what it is that you need to do. Majority of the time, it's just like the Bibles. It's riddles. It's parables. Parables is nothing but riddles that you have to read the story. You got to guess what it is that they're telling you to do. And so that's how it is when it comes to you, is that they give you a lot of, riddles and a puzzle, and you got to put that puzzle together. And so, the best way to go about it is that when things are out of the normal, somebody is speaking to you. When things are out of the normal, that was a complete different reaction from Elijah. That I have heard the word daddy in the last couple of weeks more time than I have heard in my lifetime, especially when considering Elijah. Elijah is a very, independent kid. He liked to do everything on his own. He liked to, you know what I'm saying? He don't like to bother you with too much stuff. Elijah is not the kid that he's going to ask you, oh, can you buy this for me? Or can you get this for me? He might give you hints here and there, but, Elijah got some pride to him that he won't just come out and tell you what it is that you want. You got to read in between the lines with him. Sometimes, it makes it feel like, Elijah's like, nigga, you a mind reader. You better read my mind and tell me what it is that I want. And so for him to shift out of that energy so quickly and now become into an energy of being so needy and I need a lot of attention and all eyes is on me, it's like, no, this is a sign. Universe is telling me something and I need to catch what the sign is, because the one thing that we learn about signs is that you keep receiving the same sign over and over and over until you get the lesson, until you get what it is that they're trying to convey to you. And so you're going to keep getting the same sign until you get the message. You need to understand the message. And so, I have been seeing so many signs lately, like, once again, the number 17 is keep popping up. And, 17 is, one of those things where 17 is a number that always get my attention, because that is the day of my birth. My birthday is 6/17. I'm a Gemini. And so it was very interesting when we were on our trip, because the first couple of hotels that we stayed in, we were keep getting put on the second floor. And that was the one, and Elijah, that's the one thing about it. Somebody hanging around you, long enough, they start to pick up your traits and your mentality and the way that you think. And that was the first thing that Elijah said when we got to the third hotel and they put us on the second floor again. He was like, 222. He was like, I wonder what that means. And I'm like, Elijah, what are you talking about? He was like, Daddy, all of the hotels that we've been on, they keep putting us on the second floor. And he was like, that's some type of sign. And I'm having that proud parent moment. And I'm like, good job. Good job. You're learning how to receive from the ancestors. You're learning how to receive from the universe. And that is one of the best things that you can learn how to do. Receiving is better than communicating with them, because we all can communicate. We all know how to pray. We all know how to speak things out in the universe, whether we do it in a good or a bad way. But some of us, we still don't have a clue on how to receive. We're not understanding how that feedback come back. When you put something out in the universe, you're going to get an answer. You're going to get somebody speaking to you, and you got to be ready to receive that message, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or different. You got to be ready to receive that message. And when you get yourself in the mentality of noticing things that is out of the ordinary, you start learning how to receive messages and how to receive downloads. It's one thing to get them. You don't pride yourself on getting downloads. You pride yourself on understanding them, on actually bringing it in, processing it, and getting the message that actually comes from it. That's where the flex is. The flex is not receiving messages, because everybody receives messages. Just because you receive messages, it don't mean that you understand what that message is. And honestly, flexing on you getting a lot of messages, it actually shows how hard-headed you are, because now you're the type of person that they got to keep explaining things to you back to back to back in order for you to understand it. And so it's not a flex when we get a lot of messages. When we get a lot of messages, it's saying, baby, it's something you missing. And so, let's stop making love so complicated, y'all. Some of y'all are, I can see why, some people can be single for life. We make love complicated and hard. Sometimes we trip over the craziest things. We will trip over something in a relationship and say this is our non-negotiable, and then that same bullshit that we didn't want to deal with a so-called with a pretty decent good guy, with the things that we didn't deal with them, we will accept from a badass nigga. We would let a badass nigga come into our life and rip everything up and don't question anything and allow this motherfucker to lead us into a ditch. But the moment that a good person come in, we will rip them up. You're not too masculine. You're not aggressive enough. You're not this and you're not that. And it's like, bitch, what do you want? And so that is the thing that we need to ask ourselves before we try to manifest love, call it in. We need to be real with ourselves, and we need to ask ourselves, what is it that we're looking for? What are we looking for, and what is our non-negotiables? And you got to be very specific with whatever it is that you're looking for. When I listen to these dating coaches and stuff like that's on TikTok, the people, and some of them give pretty decent advice, but the people is the thing that I tune in for, is because the people that come on and ask these questions and stuff like that, they're so delusional. So there's so much in la la land where it's just like, baby, like, what the fuck are you thinking? This is the one reason why, you're single. When you take everything out of this and you just look at the bare statistics of things, it's like you're putting yourself in such a limited box that only one or two people may be able to fill that box. And then it's like, well, how are you going to align yourself to meet with this? And so we have to learn how to be a little bit more realistic. It was somebody that went on one of the things and they had like 6 kids. They had 6 kids and they were saying that they make really good, decent money. And they were saying that they want a partner that makes the same amount of money. And they were saying that, it'd have to be like 300,000. Bitch, niggas barely make 55K, 60K a year. Some of these people are barely making 60K. And you were saying that you only want to accept someone that makes 300,000 a year. You got to understand, with that amount of money, even people with fame sometimes don't make that amount of money. Your singers that you like, your actors that you like, sometimes they are in the spotlight and they have all of this fame and they don't even make that damn amount of money in a year. And so we got to learn how to be a little bit more realistic with the things that we're really looking for. And it's like, we got to consider a lot of things. We got to consider our age. We got to consider the maturity in which we are in when we are calling these things in. If you are in your 60s, why are you, trying to call somebody in their 20s? It's like, is the sex going to be good? Hell yeah. They should be able to endure. They should be able to bang that pussy out and leave it like it's a fucking ocean. You know what I'm saying? Water everywhere. But at the end of the day, outside of sex, what compatibility do you have with that person? You are towards the ending of your life where this is about settling down. This is about retirement. It is about, connecting with the grandkids and stuff like that. It's a more easier way of life for you. Whereas a 20-year-old, this is the beginning of their life. This is them finding what they want to do in life, finding themselves, understanding their ins and outs. It's a big difference. And I'm not discouraging you by saying that, people from different age brackets don't mix. They do mix. It depends on where the person is in life. Because if you got a 20-year-old that is in their career, they're driven, they know what they want in life, they are extremely mature, they're not going through the same elementary things that the normal 20-year-old is going through, then that can be compatible. But we really got to ask ourselves when we are manifesting these things, why am I manifesting this, and in what energy and in what spirit am I manifesting this in? Because if we're manifesting somebody from just a pure place of, sexual withdrawal. And all we want is to get our, pussy banged out, ass banged out, or wherever you want to put the dick. You can put it in your mouth, your throat, your ears, your eye socket. I don't care where you fucking put it. But if we're only manifesting from that place of being horny, being sexual driven, just know that that is the only thing that that relationship is going to present. That relationship is not going to present strong stability because you weren't focused on strong stability. That was not in the intentions of the spell. The intention of the spell was only for you to get that pussy or ass banged out, and that's exactly what you got. And so when you get a connection now, and this person is fucking you and everybody else on the block, well, that's because that's what you manifested. You manifested a sex horse. You manifested a horny ass dog that is going to bang the shit out of you. And if that is the only thing that you're manifesting, there's no anchor in that. And so those are the things that we got to keep in mind. We got to keep in mind the energy in which we are manifesting. We are all manifesting. When I did the reading the other day and it's like, oh, somebody is doing spell work, the one thing, that is always a very, defensive comment section where everybody is like, oh, I'm not doing spell work. I promise you I'm not doing spell work. You are. We're all manifesting. We think that, when people say spell work, that spell work is just lighting a candle and getting a voodoo doll and all of this other stuff. That's not what it is. Just simply praying, speaking out in the universe is a spell that you are telling universe, a deity, a God that you believe in, that you are saying, change my life and bring this person back or bring a new person in. I want somebody that's going to be, 6 feet, cute, attractive. You are doing spell work at that moment. You're manifesting a partner. And so now, since you are manifesting this partner, when it comes up in a reading, it's going to come up as spell work, because spell work, manifestation, all of it is energy. It comes in as energy being moved. And so, if you don't like the language that I'm using, if you don't like the word that I'm using, then tune out the word and subtract it with something that is more acceptable and something that is more easier for you to digest. But at the end of the day, it don't take away from what I'm saying. It's still saying that there is heavy energy that is being moved, and this is exactly how this energy is being moved, manifested, and seen. And so whenever we are doing any type of, spell work, it's good for us to cleanse our space. We need to cleanse our space. We got to clean this motherfucking space, and it's for a couple of reasons. We want to cleanse our space to remove, calling something in very low vibrating energy. Hopefully that cleanse will dry up that pussy where you're just not manifesting with a wet ass pussy that's dripping. That you're not just calling something in that will satisfy you sexually, but it's not going to end up giving you what you need emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually. And so a cleanse is going to remove that negative energy where it's like, let's not vibrate in something low. It's cleansing the house, that if there's any negative energy or any negative spirits that is in that home, it's not interfering with the magic that you're getting ready to perform. It's not getting ready to merge with the energy that you're getting ready to dish out. And so we cleanse to remove spirits of like depression and loneliness and sadness and, being addicted to something. All of those energies you want to remove, because we want to be able to manifest from a grounding place, from a centered place, from an anchored place, that you're not just manifesting based off of symptoms, that, the symptom is, I'm lonely and I'm really craving some dick. Okay, that is your reality, but let's not manifest from that place. Let's go a little bit deeper than just, I want some consistent dick in my life. What else do you want in your life? Do you need somebody to help you with your kids? Do you need somebody that is going to actually care about you? Do you need somebody that you can connect with on an emotional level? Do you need somebody that you can connect with on a spiritual level? You got to think about the other things that you need, and not just, I want some thug ass nigga that's selling drugs on the corner that can bang my shit out so good that I'm going to end up going crazy. We need more than just that. If you're going to manifest, let's actually manifest the thing that we desire and not a goddamn substitute, a cheap ass substitute. And so we cleanse. And so we cleanse. This is the reason why we cleanse. And so once you cleanse the space, the next thing that you want to do is you want to do divination. You need to do divination, because divination is, I forgot to tell somebody that I need a moderator, because this is, we're having a spiritual conversation. If you're not spiritual, it's like, get the fuck out of the chat. I don't have time to, deal with the Muslims and the Christians. Just get the fuck out of the chat. This is all about spirituality. We're having a grown ass conversation. That's the title of it. This is a grown ass conversation. If you're not ready to have that grown ass spiritual conversation, get the fuck out. Oh, I see some stuff being deleted, so I think it's one of my moderators from last time that is on here. I definitely appreciate it. And so, let's go ahead. Anybody else want to be a moderator? Because it's better to get these people out. I don't want to be dealing with no shit, and I don't want to be doing it myself either. Let me see. Oh, somebody said yes. Okay, let me make this person a moderator. Yeah, because I don't want to deal with the bullshit. So, because we finna do a lot of stuff on this reading, on this live, and I just want to make sure that we're staying focused. We don't need any religious freaks. Go find a religious teacher. That's the one thing that I would never understand about religious people getting on spiritual pages when it's not done vice versa. Spiritual people, you will not see them on a religious person YouTube live or anything like that. They like, nigga, we are not aligned. But yet, when it comes to a spiritual person teaching, it attracts a lot of Christians and everything else. They all want to add in. And it's like, baby, we're not aligned. We may, go to the same source when it comes to things. I've read the Quran, I've read the Bible. And so we may go to the same source, but we view those things and we use those things in different ways. Spirituality is life, baby. And we're not bound by one religion. We're not bound by one book. We look at everything that is connected to spirit. We look at everything that is connected to source. And we use all of the tools that is in our disposal in order to manifest and get the life that we desire and get the life that we want. We're not just ruled by religion that is created by man. As much as, some of these scriptures are holy, we still got to understand that man is the one that brought it to us. And when man bring us anything, you better believe it's going to be corrupt in some type of way. And so with everything that we read and everything that we take in the good and we leave out all of the BS. Because no matter what religion you believe in, there is some BS attached to it, because man is over it and man is not perfect. And man will never be perfect. And so there is always flaws in every religion, even in the stuff that I practice. When it comes to Ifa, Palomayambe, as well as hoodoo, I am not blinded by the wickedness that goes on in those communities. It's to be expected, because man is over it. The only religion or spiritual path that will ever be perfect is if it's governed by spirit only. If it was Spirit is the only one that gave the word, it was the Spirit was the only one that, put things in that book, then of course that would be the most perfect thing. But we don't have that on this earth. We have everything that was given by man, that we are believing, that was anointed by God. But even people that are anointed by God, they make mistakes and they have flaws. None of these motherfucking niggas is perfect, including myself. I make mistakes, I make flaws. I say things out of anger. I say things, in the wrong energy and stuff all the time. It is what it is. Nobody is goddamn perfect. You probably don't even like the way that I cuss, but I do. But at the end of the day, I'm not perfect, nor do I claim to be perfect, nor do I want to even be seen as perfect in your eyes, nor do I want to be seen as your God in any type of way. Bitch, I'm man. You better talk to the fucking creator. don't look to me as your source of inspiration. You better look to the goddamn creator. You can look at me as a teacher, that is some things I can teach you. It's some things I can impart in you, but at the end of the day, I'm not God. You better, you better go to the man upstairs. And so you better go to the man upstairs. That is the thing that's the most important. So getting back to manifesting love, man, when it comes to manifesting love, we got to make sure that we are doing it in the correct energy, in the correct space. Some of us, we manifest love and we didn't cleanse ourselves for anything, and we're still in a place of hurt, and we get this love coming in, and the first thing we do is we fuck it up. We fuck it up because we still have childhood trauma. Some of you will, get into a love relationship and literally come with the delusion of, you gotta only love me your whole entire life. Bitch, I just met you today. How is that possible for me to just have love for you only in all of these years that I didn't even know you existed? That you literally want me to only be in love with you and say that I have never loved anybody else. What type of foolishness is that? That's abandonment issues that you're bringing to a relationship. Some of us, we have to mature when it comes to love. There's no point of asking for love to come back in if you haven't changed you. If you're still the same crazy motherfucker, then what is the point of even calling love in? Let's see what's in these cards. We're going to start by seeing what's in these cards. What's in the cards, Spirit? Thank you, Egon. Thank you, Spirit guys. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarabanda. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Olodumare. Thank you, Olorum. Thank you, Olafi. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Ashe. What is in the cards? Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what's in these cards this morning. All right, this is stuck. Let me do this over. What is in the cards, Lord? What is in the cards, Spirit? That was too many. Oh yeah, we really need to practice gratitude. Gratitude is one of the things I'm getting on too. Is that I really would love for you guys to go on a fast and just, no more complaining. God damn. No more complaining. No more, loathing and, all of that. Oh, I don't have nobody. I'm single, bitch. You're going to stay single with that mentality. You're going to stay single with that mentality. Get a vibrator. At that point, get a vibrator, baby. Because we got to stop, this is the church fault. This is the church fault why some of y'all bitches are fucked up. This is literally the church fault. Because the church is always talking about the goddamn devil. It's the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil. That's all they fucking talk about. The devil did this and the devil did that, and the devil is on this person and the devil is on that person, and this person is going to hell. It's all about the devil, the devil, the devil. It's more energy being spent on what y'all call a enemy. You spend more energy talking about the enemy than the actual creator. than a solution to the problem. And then you mimic that in the way that you speak. That you speak more about the oppression and everything that's on you. You speak more about the sadness and the depression and the anxiety, that you don't realize that every time you speak that, you are putting more stuff out in the universe to work against you. More stuff you're just speaking out of that mouth that's working against you. You know, oh, I'm never gonna find anybody. All these niggas are cheating. If they're not cheating, these niggas are gay. If they're not gay, they're bisexual. If they're not this, they're that. That's all you're putting out in the universe. And then you wonder why, when you look around, you found out that this nigga was cheating on you with your best friend, your mama, and everybody else. You found out that this nigga was fucking your brother and your daddy. You found out that this nigga was sucking your uncle dick. And it's like all of this crazy shit, because this is what you're constantly putting out in the goddamn universe. You can't say out of the same mouth that I want love, and at the same time, I want somebody that's gonna treat me like shit. We are constantly speaking these negative things out in the universe, and then when we get it, we cry and we say, poor me. Poor me. How did this happen to me? Oh, wait, I did speak that negative shit over my life for the last 15 years. Oh, wait, I did tell the spirit inside of me to send me a feminine ass, nigga that's going to be getting this ass banged down on the side and then coming back home and nutting in my pussy. These are things that you spoke. These are things that you put into existence because you're constantly speaking this negative ass shit. We gotta stop being so focused on what the problem is, on what we're lacking. Stop speaking the lack and speak those things that are not as if they are. Just like you can keep saying it's all these niggas out here are no good, every last one of these niggas are cheating, every last one of these niggas are gay, you can still say, you know what? I'm going to find me a good man. I'm going to find me somebody that's going to love me. I'm going to find me somebody that's going to adore me. Thank you, Lord, for bringing this good man into my life. Thank you for bringing me somebody that believes in the values of monogamy just like I believe in the values of monogamy. Thank you for bringing a man that's going to cuddle with me every single night and hold me every single night, that's going to kiss me, that's going to understand my love language, that's going to speak to me in a healthy way, that is never going to argue with me, that we're never going to hit below the belt, that we're going to be healthy, that we're going to be good examples. Speak those motherfucking things. Stop speaking all of this negative energy into your life, and then you wonder why things are ending up the way that they are. What you speak is what you get. What you truly believe and you are putting spirit on, that is the thing that's manifesting in your life. Stop speaking these negative ass things. People are always saying, know your worth, know your worth. You know your worth when you put yourself in a position that you call those things that you need without the extra commentary of the shit you've been through, of the baggage that you got in your motherfucking closet. That is when we manifest the things that we truly want, is when we can detach ourselves and let go of these things, and it's no longer a need to speak it out in the universe. Stop speaking what it is that you don't want. Speak what it is that you want. Be clear on what it is that you want. The universe is always listening. Be very clear with your intentions on what it is that you want, because what you speak is your intentions. And intentions and faith are the two things, the two main ingredients when it comes to spell work, when it comes to manifestation. What is in these cards? Five of Cups is here. What is the clarifier for the Five of Cups, Spirit? What is the clarifier for the Five of Cups? We got the devil. The devil love coming out in this in these readings, boy. Somebody is obsessed. Somebody is obsessed. Somebody is, boy. Somebody finna suck that dick dry. Somebody finna suck that dick dry and swallow every ounce of that nut. That's some lustful energy, and that's been coming out in the last couple of readings, boy. Somebody finna get paid. That dick finna be dry as a motherfucker. They said, baby, you're not finna have time to have anybody else in your life, because somebody finna suck that motherfucking dick dry. That dick is about to be sucked so goddamn dry. Somebody dick, boy. Somebody finna get that motherfucking dick handled. What is the clarifier for these 4 cards, Spirit? What is the clarifier for the 4 cards? This look like a twin flame getting ready to come back together, though. Shit, this is gonna be some freaky ass shit. When the devil card here, baby, the tables have, the tables have turned. This is somebody finna suck your motherfucking dick, turn you around, eat your ass, spit in your face, and squirt all on your motherfucking body. They said, I'm in this bitch, homie. Oh, this is somebody finna let they freak side out, boy. That's a freaky motherfucking side that's finna come out. Ooh, that's a freaky side that's finna come out. This motherfucker, they finna, you finna be like, eat it. Eat it and suck my titties on the way up. Oh man, somebody finna get it in, boy. This is a reading that when these two people come back together, they finna be locked in the house fucking like rabbits. They finna be fucking like rabbits when this comes together. Motherfuckers finna be fucking like rabbits. You said I kept my pussy clean. I was waiting for this moment. I kept my pussy clean. You said ready. Somebody said, look, I'm ready. That's all I needed. And let's go. Oh boy. This gonna be some fucking. We got the 4 of Cups here. We got the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Pentacles, what you doing, girl? Queen of Pentacles is a healer. A lot of people don't see that. A lot of people don't get that because, the physical is represented as money, is represented as pentacles. And so, normally when people see the pentacles, they automatically, see it as money and not realizing that pentacles is earth element. It's the materialistic things. And so, earth element is more than just the physical aspects of money. Pentacles is also your herbs, is working with the earth. And so, a lot of people don't realize that, the Queen of Pentacles is a healer. This is a very practical person. So there's that. So we have in the overall energy, as we know, this is the main story to the entire reading. The overall energy is like taking a book and you're reading the back of the book, which you can purchase my book on writersrepublic.com, all three of my books. Working with the Ancestors, the Emerging Butterfly, which is a spiritual awakening, and the 30-day journey to the Orishas. You can order all of my books on Writers Republic, and the link is always going to be in the description of the videos. But the overall energy is reading the back, where you're reading this and now you have a solid glimpse of what this book is going to be about. That is your overall energy. And so the overall energy, we have the Tower card. The Tower card is a huge unexpected change that is getting ready to happen. When we look at the Tower card is a card of chaos. It's a card of everything being destroyed in order to break everything down to go back to the foundation. And now the person has the ability to rebuild once everything has been destroyed. And so when the Tower card come here, it talks about things being built on a faulty foundation as well. And that is the reason why the Tower card had to come. You have next to the Tower card, you have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is a fighting card. It's being persistent. It's persevering throughout it all. Standing your ground throughout it all. Being ready to fight throughout it all. And then you have it paired with the Empress. And the Empress is a divine feminine. You have, as the clarifiers, you have the Six of Cups, which the Six of Cups, it talks about the past. And then you have the Death card, which is a major arcana. And the Death card, it talks about a transformation. It talks about a changing energy. And so now let's look at all five of the cards and considering the placement that it's in. When we look at the first card, the Tower card is telling us that something huge is happening in a divine masculine life, not the divine feminine. Because the divine feminine is paired and next to the Seven of Wands, that fighting energy and that energy of trying to fight for something and persevere, it is connected to the Empress, which means somebody is going to fight for the Empress. And so who fights for the Empress? It's the Emperor, even though the Emperor is not on the board. Now, what was interesting is that when I first shuffled the cards, it was two cards that was stuck together. And so because it was stuck together, I wanted to redo it. And the cards that came out was the Emperor and the Magician, and they both were in reverse. So that's very interesting considering what's in the overall energy now. And so that is telling me that the Empress right now is in the upright. This is someone that is living their life in their divine power, walking in their divine truth, whereas the divine masculine, which is the Emperor, they're in reverse, which means this is someone that is going through some stuff right now. And even the Magician was in reverse with the Emperor, which means that even the source of power, because the Magician and the Emperor pair well together, because the Magician is the advisor to the Emperor. The Magician is the source of power that is connected to the Emperor. The Emperor is the divine masculine, which rules by power, but it is the Magician that makes things happen for the Emperor. The Magician is the one that's assigned to the Emperor court in order to protect him, to defend him, to remove witchcraft. And so it's a representation of power and energy that is associated to the Emperor. With both the Emperor and the Magician being in reverse, is saying that this is someone that's not only going through some stuff, this is someone that is not in their power and they're not activating any type of magic to manipulate something or anything. This is someone that's like in a defeated space. And that is clarified by the overall energy now, because it's saying that this person is going through a strong tower moment. And this tower moment is the thing that's making this person strong. This tower is actually building this person up. And it's building this person to go to the Emperor, to the Empress. And so, what's very interesting about this is that the tower energy, it is, kicking this person's butt. that, when the Tower card comes, it breaks down connections of communication, it breaks down walls, defense mechanisms. The Tower energy is very powerful and it removes all these things. And so, with the Tower card being here, this divine masculine, this is someone that they are at a point in their life where they are no longer um, in connections. Where, this is somebody where, if they were talking to somebody, not anymore. When the Tower card is here, it breaks all of those connections. This is someone I can tell you, that's in a very isolated space, because the Tower card is removing everything in this person's life. This person has no anchor right now. They have no one to turn to. They have no one to hold on to. And, because of that energy of removing all of these things that is no longer serving this person's highest good, by removing that, it puts you in the energy now, it puts them in the energy now of the Seven of Wands, that this person is kind of like got a newfound energy, where this person is shifting their energy now and going back to the Empress, knowing that they can have safety, security, protection within the Empress. The clarifier is the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is about the past. It's saying that this is someone that's holding on to the past. And so this lets me know that the Empress is part of this person's past. And you have the Death card, which is a huge transformation. The Death card is that this person is not going to come back as their normal self. When you really look at the Death card has a lot of symbolism in it. And when you look at the Death card, you have the person's body is underneath the horse, which means the self that you're used to has died. That's what the Death card is all about. It's about an ego death. It's about a rebirth. It's about transformation. And now this person, their skeleton, instead of it being in a body, it is in armor. And this person is riding towards the Hierophant, which is right in front of it, the priest. And even when you look above the priest, the sun is rising. And so this is someone that their old self has died. The new self has risen. This is someone with a stronger external now. And this is someone that is being guided by the Hierophant within the picture. And the sun rising in here, this is what happens after the Tower card. Because the sun rising, it talks about, joy coming back in. The sun is rising back into this connection. The Death card has so much symbolism. We can literally stay on the Death card for a while. But if you really notice the Death card, the person's body is underneath the horse. The horse represents movement, that this person is moving forward in their life, keeping the old self behind, because it's underneath the horse, which means this is dead and has no movement. It is now the horse that is carrying this person in to the Hierophant, which means the deity is blessing this. And this person is now, their skeleton is here, which this talks about a newness of this person. And so this is someone that has transformed. And this person has transformed because of the Tower card. This Tower energy that is in this person's life, it is moving them. It is giving them more strength. It's like, this is like Tasha Cobb's song, gracefully broken. This is someone that is being broken in a tower, in Tower energy. This person is being broken in order to rise from this as the Phoenix. This person is going to come out fighting. This person is going to come out persevering. This person is going to come out new. You're going to see a new sense of this person. And when this person make it through this Tower card, this person is going to end up fighting for the Empress. This is someone that is connected to your past, because past energy is one of the things that this person is thinking about in the midst of the storm. And there's going to be a great transformation here, that this person is going to come back completely different. And so the overall energy is telling us that, you have someone that is getting ready to come back. This person sees you as the goal. This person is ready to fight for you. This person is ready to persevere. And at the same time, this person is thinking about the past that you had together, and they're coming back as a new person. You have in the crossing energy now. The crossing energy is the position that it either blocks out the overall energy, which means that there's challenges and delays here now, or it complements the overall energy, which means it's a green light and that it's nothing standing in the way. The crossing energy right now is a green light. You start off with the Five of Cups, where it's saying that this person is depressed, this person is down, and that is to be expected from an energy like the Tower. The Tower is the ripping away of everything. And when you look at the Five of Cups, the Five of Cups, it has three cups in front of the person where their head is bowed low. And they're in a black robe. And in the Bible, it's like, sackcloth. When people was in a mourning, when people was in a period of grieving and mourning, it said that they rolled themselves in sackcloth. And so this is someone that if they were in a relationship, this relationship is ended because the Three of Cups is spilled over. And with the Three of Cups being spilled over, this is someone that is no longer in a relationship. This relationship is no longer bringing them joy. But when you look behind the person, that's where you see two cups. And that's what represents the Five of Cups now. And those two cups are in the upright, which means this person got to turn around in order to see that the Two of Cups that is in the past position, because it's behind them, the Two of Cups that's in the past position is in the upright, which means this is someone that is leaving a current connection because it's no longer serving them. It did not withstand the storm of the Tower card, but the Two Cups that is behind them, it stood the test. It stood the energy of the Tower card, because the Tower card is not like the Judgment card where it's saying that something is coming. The Tower card is saying, bitch, I'm here. Ready or not, if you didn't prepare yourself for this storm, if you didn't seek shelter, then everything that is in your life is getting ready to be destroyed if it is not anchored down. Because a tornado cannot take what is anchored, what is solidly anchored. And so clearly this relationship wasn't anchored. But what is behind this person was, there's more stability within the Two of Cups, because the Two of Cups is in the upright. It didn't fall. It would stand the storm. And so you have as the clarifier now, you have the Devil as the clarifier. And the clarifier, it talks about being bound. It talks about obsession, where this is someone that when they turn around, this person is going to acknowledge this Two of Cups. This person is lusting after this Two of Cups. This person has heavy sexual energy with the Two of Cups, because this person is seeing them as being bound to this person sexually. And so this is a heavy energy, and this is still mimicking this energy of the last reading, because the last reading, it was saying that, this person is going into like a deep depression. And they're going into a deep depression because they're losing everything. That there's a storm in this person's life that is taking away everything that is not serving their highest good and everything that was not meant for them to have. And so this storm has literally, blew the Three of Cups that this person had over. And so this is not someone that is no longer celebrating. This is somebody that's now in mourning and regret. This is someone that is depressed. This is someone that is sad. This is someone that is, it's heartbreak. This is disappointment. This is relationship problems. But all this person have to do is turn around and look back, and they will realize that they're already connected to this person, because this is someone that they're obsessed with. This is someone that they're connected with. We have in the crowning energy, the crowning energy is the present energy, and it's also what you need to do in order to solve the dilemma. If there was a dilemma in the overall energy and the crossing energy, there was no dilemma in the overall energy and crossing energy. They're not crossing out each other. They're not fighting with each other. They're complementing each other, which means this is a green light, which now put the crowning energy at a green light, and is saying that this is what the present energy is looking like with this person. What the present energy is looking like, it is saying that the Queen of Cups is getting a wish fulfilled. And so the Queen of Cups here is being represented as the Empress. And it's saying that this person is getting a wish fulfilled. And even when you look at how it's divinely connected, when you look at the overall energy is saying that a storm is coming and this person is going to fight for the Empress. And then the present energy is saying that this is a wish fulfillment, that the Queen of Cups is getting this wish fulfillment. And this wish fulfillment is going to come in the energy of the Lovers and the King of Cups. This is a really common theme in these last couple of readings that is keep hitting on a Pisces. This is a Pisces returning back to somebody, or this is something that's going to happen in Pisces season. It has developed in Pisces season. And so the Lovers here is saying that, this is a twin flame, because now you have the Queen and King of Cups out on the board. This is a twin flame connection, and you have the Lovers with it. And so it's saying that someone is going to end up basking in this love. The King and Queen of Cups is going to end up getting back together. You have, as the clarifier, you have the Ten of Swords. This person is coming back defeated. This person is coming back defeated. This energy of the Tower card, it is bringing so much regret, so much pain, and so much betrayal that, this is the energy of, was it Jonah with the whale? I think this is Jonah. I think that was Jonah with the whale. This is giving the energy of Jonah with the whale, because, that is a good example of the Tower card. Because when Jonah was on a boat that he wasn't supposed to be on, because he was supposed to go to Nineveh, I think that's what it was called. He was supposed to go to Nineveh, and he was supposed to give a message to those people, because God was using him as a prophet, and he was supposed to go and prophesy to those people. But he said, no, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm going to do my own plan. I'm going to get on this boat. Fuck God and his plan. And because of that, God activated the energy of the Tower card. There was a storm, because now somebody is going outside of the will. Somebody is going outside of their purpose. And so the Tower card had to happen. And when it came to the storm, people was throwing everything over the boat. They was throwing everything that they could in order to manage the storm, in order to survive it. And Jonah, of course, being the man that he was, being connected with God, he said, baby, you can throw everything you want outside of this boat, but it's not going to stop this storm. The storm is going to destroy everybody unless you throw me overboard, because I'm the one that God is calling. And those people did not think twice. They said, bye, nigga, bye, Felicia. They threw his motherfucking ass off that boat, and a whale came and swallowed him up. That is the energy that I'm getting from this reading, that there is an emperor that could have been ignoring this connection, the other twin. And this twin that has been ignoring this connection, the Tower card has been activated now, where a lot of things is just blowing up in this person's life, because that is the energy of the Tower card. The Tower card is strong chaos. And so it's creating a lot of chaos in this person's life. And even though the overall energy is saying that this person is going to persevere and they're going to end up going back to the Emperor, it's still showing what the Tower card is doing. Because the Tower card and the crossing energy, because remember, the overall energy, it affects everything on the board. The Tower card in the overall energy, it put them in a state of regret, because it's breaking down the relationships and things that they have in their life. And so this is, someone that, if someone is in a relationship with this person, they are feeling the energy of the Tower card, the pulling of pulling this person back to their divine connection. This is someone that the Emperor is feeling it, as well as the other people that they are messing around with in their life. That people are getting that hint where they're like, when I fuck with you, bad things happen. And this is somebody saying, you know what? Something is telling me to let you go. And people are falling away from this person. People are saying, look, something is telling me you're not the person I'm supposed to be with. And, these things are very important. We need to watch these signs in our life as well. Don't just take the reading and be like, oh yeah, clock that T, that nigga coming back to me because he belonged to me. No, let's not, boast and gloat right now, because these are lessons that you can be learning your own motherfucking self. That when you are in a relationship and it feels like something is pulling you apart, that somehow, some way, every time when this nigga is supposed to be showing up to your house, their tire is on flat, they ran out of gas. It's always something of why they can't come to your house. No, that is not an energy where you say, oh baby, I'll just come and pick you up. That is not an energy where you say, oh, I'll give you the gas, you can come here. Those are signs letting you know that this person is not supposed to be merging in your energy. These are signs that your spiritual team is trying to protect you. Ignoring those signs when the universe is saying, I'm stopping this person from going into your space, and you take it upon yourself to bring that person in your space, you're gonna, whatever is attached to that person is gonna be attached to you. If somebody is doing spell work on them, the spell work is jumping to you. If somebody is doing, you know what I'm saying? And so these are lessons within these things. Is if you feel that there is an energy that is pulling you away from somebody, you need to do divination and see why this person is pulling away. Is this somebody doing witchcraft against you? Or is this spirit, God himself, that is separating you two and letting you know that this is not destined, this is not divine, this is not part of your purpose? And so the tower energy that is being activated in the overall energy, it manifests itself in the crossing energy as the Five of Cups, that it has completely ruined a relationship that this person is in. The Three of Cups has fallen down. The Three of Cups is down on the ground. That is spilled over. Everything that this person had within that cup, the memories, the sex, and all of this stuff, that tower's there. Bloop! Those cups are down. This person is no longer basking in this energy of this relationship. And that's why this person is in heartbreak, and they're getting ready to turn around and see that the Two of Cups is still in the upright. The Tower card is manifesting itself in the crowning energy by the Ten of Swords. This person has a sense of betrayal. And so the Ten of Swords is the thing that made me say this is like the energy of Jonah. This is someone that is realizing that, God is calling this person back into their divine union. And so this is the energy where, this person is like, look, God's saying you got to throw me over the boat. And that bitch said, bye. Shit, bye. I'm ready for my life to get back normal. If I gotta sweep your motherfucking ass out the door in order for my life to get back normal, in order for me to stop experiencing this tower moment, bitch, you gotta go. And this person could have felt betrayed by that with the Ten of Swords. And so when you feel that energy that, God is giving you visions and dreams and telling you that this is not right, baby, it's time to go. This kind of put me in the mindset of the story of Sarah, where we all know Father Abraham was a liar. We all know that at this point, Father Abraham was a motherfucking liar. I'm sorry, Muslims, and I'm sorry, Christians, because both of you acknowledge Father Abraham as your father because you are cousins to each other. The Muslims and Christians, as much as y'all fight with each other, y'all are motherfucking cousins. Y'all follow the same bloodline, and you separate at Jacob and Esau. That it is the Muslims follow Esau and the Christians follow Jacob, which created the 12 tribes of Israel. But everything up to that point, y'all got the same motherfucking bloodline. And even after that, y'all got the same bloodline, but y'all acknowledge them as two different things. Because the Muslims acknowledge Jesus, but they acknowledge Jesus as a prophet. That this nigga was just a prophet, just like Elijah and everybody else. Whereas the Christians that follow Jacob, they see him as the Messiah. Muslims don't see him as the Messiah. But y'all are cousins. Y'all have the same bloodline. Y'all come from the same goddamn tree. That's why I would never understand when the Muslims and Christians fight each other. I'm like, bitch, do y'all not know y'all related? That's a toxic ass family. When you go to a family reunion and both sides of the family are talking about each other, and it's like, do y'all not remember that every last one of y'all is the same bloodline? That y'all are related? So what you say about the Muslims is what you're saying about yourself. What you say about the Christians is what you're saying about yourself. You can't talk about the other one without talking about yourself, because you're from the same goddamn bloodline, your family. I will never understand why y'all two fight with each other when you are family. You're connected by blood because of your ancestors. I'll never get it. But this reminds me of the story of Sarah, because we all know Abraham was a liar, and Abraham was going into these towns telling people that Sarah wasn't his wife, that Sarah was his sister. And it was a white lie, because technically she was related. She was family. He was fucking his family. That's a whole nother different topic. I guess it's okay for you to fuck your family, because in the Bible, they did it. Another topic. Some of this stuff cracked me up. I'm sorry. Some of it cracked me up. I should have never said that. I should have never said that. Don't mess with your family. Don't mess around with your family. Let's get back on the part that Father Abraham was a liar. He was a well-known liar. And so he told these white lies, telling people that Sarah was his sister. And so, of course, one of the kings, they were saying, okay, well, since Sarah is your sister, and she looked good, he was like, I'm finna tap that shit. He was like, I'm finna fuck the shit out of her. He was like, I'm finna nut all up in that pussy. I'm finna, put this dick up in her mouth and make her choke on it. I'm finna put it in her cheeks. He said he finna, everywhere that there's a hole, he gonna put that shit in. And that's when God ended up giving him a vision. God ended up giving him a dream. And God said that you are not to touch Sarah because they are married. And if you end up touching somebody that I have put together, that it will be a curse that will come upon you. Immediately after that dream, he went back to Abraham and he was like, what the fuck, you lying ass nigga? You a lying ass fucking nigga. He was like, why the fuck would you tell me that this bitch, now he's saying bitch because now he mad because he can't fuck her no more. All those plans of putting his dick in every open hole, it just went downhill because of that dream. And so now he like, fuck that, she a bitch. You know how niggas be doing when they can't get in it. They get mad. They get angry. You're not a queen no more. You a bitch. He said, bitch, you done told me that this motherfucking bitch is your sister and this bitch is your whole wife. And he was like, fuck you and that bitch for lying to me. And he was like, what trouble did you put upon me? That God told me if I mess around with this chick now, that I'm going to get a punishment. That is the energy that I get from the Five of Cups, from the Ten of Swords, as well as in the outcome position, you have the Four of Cups here, where all of these things, it talks about sadness, betrayal. This is someone, this emperor is really feeling a strong impact right now because people are disconnecting from this person's life. And this person is disconnecting because it's just like the energy of what I told you, both with the story of Jonah and with the story of Sarah, where this other person know that this emperor does not belong to them. that this emperor is in a connection that was not destined and that was not meant to be. And this person is now throwing this person overboard, saying, Lord, you are saying that my life is going to shit because I'm with this man that I'm not supposed to be with. Here, you can have his motherfucking ass. And now this person is in the energy of the Ten of Swords. This is someone where, they are like, look, I thought this person was safe to be with, but you just gave me a dream and told me that I gotta, remove myself from this relationship. That is the energy of the Five of Cups. This is someone, so this is an emperor is going through in a way where this is kind of like someone that is going through a sexual drought at the same time, because everyone that this person could have been messing around with, it's just magically that door is closing. That door is closing, and this person is not able to sow their seeds so willingly like they did in the past. This is someone that they're no longer able to put that dick just anywhere, because people are disconnecting based on the energy that they're feeling. People are feeling like something is telling me I'm not supposed to be with you. Something is telling me I'm not supposed to be messing around with you. That's just what I get from this. When I look at the outcome position, we now have the Three of Cups in the upright. In both positions, we have the Three of Cups in the upright, because you have the Three of Cups here, as well as the clarifier with the Four of Cups. And when you look at the Four of Cups, the Three of Cups is in the upright now, and it's not spilled over like the crossing energy, which has the Three of Cups spilled over. And so the Three of Cups is paired with the Knight of Wands, which means somebody is rushing in to join this union. Someone is rushing in order to bring this thing back together. And so the outcome position is saying somebody is going to come in a very impulsive way. It's going to come in, the Knight of Wands is impulsive. This is a motherfucker that can be watching TV and boom, it clicked that they need to go back, and now all of a sudden this person is rushing back with all power, authority, and fire. But the King of Wands is very impulsive energy. This is like, it can be any day now, and it's gonna come in the most impulsive way. When people come in an impulsive way, they don't have a plan. Keep that in mind. This is not going to be a well thought out plan. This is someone that could just start off small, asking you how your day is going, and then the next thing you know, they end up saying something like, when was the last time you got your pussy licked? And you like, what? What the fuck? Like how do we talk about my day and then just transform to, when was the last time I got my pussy licked? The Knight of Wands is sexual energy. It's sexual energy, and it's very impulsive. This is someone that could be having a conversation with you and, asking you how your day is going, and then they just slide in there, you know what, your day would be a whole lot better if you just get some dick in you. Shit, I should come by and fuck you. And you like, huh? That's the energy of the Knight of Wands. I always try to give you a visual of what the energy looks like, so that you're not expecting something of what this energy is not. Your Knight of Wands, it's different knights in the deck. Your Knight of Swords is very determined. This is someone that is not going to take no for an answer. Normally, the Knight of Swords will come in with a plan. You have your Knight of Cups, where it's all about being emotional. This is someone coming in with an apology, and they're just going to try to win you over based on emotions. And then you have your Knight of Pentacles. Your Knight of Pentacles is the most stable. It's the slowest out of all of the knights, but it's very strategic. It's very analytical. This is someone that is, for in case you say no, I'm going to say this. If you say yes, I'm going to do this. It's very well thought out, and it's more grounded and anchored out of all of the knights. But the Knight of Wands is driven by passion. The Knight of Wands is driven by fire and spiritual energy. The Knight of Wands is, when you look at the wands represent the male's private part. It represents a dick. It represents a dick. It represents magic, and so with the Knight of Wands holding that wand in that hand, this is someone that could be rushing in to fuck. Because the basis, the energy of this is sexual energy. Now, yes, you have the Three of Cups paired with it, where it talks about a relationship that will form into celebration and a union. But at the end of the day, the Knight here, this is someone that can be coming back extremely horny. And especially when you consider what's on the opposite end of this horizontally, you have the crossing energy, and the crossing energy have the Devil card here as well, where this person is bound in sexual energy, that this person is addicted and obsessed. And so this energy transfers over to the outcome position and still in the same spirit, because this person is coming back as the Knight of Wands. This is someone that's coming back in a strong sexual way. And the way that this is going to come in, this person is going to come in a very impulsive way. It's going to be a shocking element to this, where even if you know the person that's coming in, and even if you know that this person is going to charge back in, the way that this person is going to charge back in is going to surprise you. Whether you know about this or not, it's going to surprise you in a big way, because that's what the Knight of Wands does. It's a very impulsive energy. And, this is someone that's going to want to come in and they're going to fuck. This is someone that's going to dick you down. I'm telling you that now. You probably won't even be able, for some of you, to finish this live because, this nigga done already called you in the other room to dick you down. It's very strong sexual energy here. You have, as the clarifier, you have the Four of Cups. Now, the interesting thing about the Four of Cups, this is still a card of sad and depression. This is a card of missed opportunities. And so the Three of Cups is in the upright, but this person is still not feeling their best, because they are saying, Lord, I want you to bring me love. And inside of the Four of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups, which is a gift from the universe, which is love. And this is energy that taps into the crowning energy, because the crowning energy is telling you that the Lovers is coming. And so your outcome position is letting you know that this union is going to come back together. You're going to celebrate in bliss and happiness and joy and celebration. This person is going to rush in, and they're going to, the Knight of Wands is also seductive energy. This is someone that know how to seduce you. This is the energy where it's like, this person knows that, like, if you like a hairy chest, and they have hair on their chest, they're going to purposely wear a tank top where as soon as you come in, you see all of that hair on the chest, and that pussy is dripping wet, because that's your weakness. This is someone where they know that if you like, dick, they're going to have on the tightest pants that you can see their dick print. They're going to have on some windsuit pants or something where you can see that dick print, and you are dickmatized and not even worried about the message that they're giving you. All you're doing is just drooling, pussy wet, waiting to get put in the bed and get, forced into doggy style. That is how this energy is coming back in. With sexual energy, this is someone that's very seductive. This is somebody that knows how to get your panties off. This is somebody that knows how to make that pussy wet. This is somebody that knows how to make you drip. You know what I'm saying? When this person is around, you have, floor signs all around the house saying slippery when wet, because nobody want to be in that house slipping and falling when they coming behind you getting your brains fucked out. But that is the energy. This is a lot of sexual energy here within this reading. But as much as there's sexual energy, the sexual energy is on one side. The sexual energy is on the side of the Emperor. And so this is someone that when they come in, this is somebody that's going to fuck. They're going to hit on the first day. I can promise you that. This is somebody that's definitely going to hit on the first day. But this person, as much as they're coming back sexually, this person is coming back, very depressed. This person is coming back very down. Every position says that. The overall energy, they're stuck in the past. You got the Five of Cups and the crossing energy. You got the Ten of Swords as the crowning energy. And now you have the Four of Cups in the outcome position. This Tower card is really taking some people away from this person's life. This is someone that's really going to come back. This person is not going to come back in happy energy. This person is going to come back in some sexual energy and stuff. This, like, honestly, that the energy I feel from this is that, this is someone that when they get through fucking the shit out of you, nothing all up in that pussy, nothing in your throat and everything else. This is someone that's probably going to end up cuddling with you and crying. This is someone that's going to end up like crying, letting this energy of what they're feeling out. Because this person is going to see you as the only one that was able to withstand the storm. That this person is going to see you that you are the only person that, didn't abandon them, that didn't throw them to the side. And, in all fairness, the only reason that the other people did it was because of the energy of the Tower card. The Tower card is the thing that's bringing, that's ripping this energy away. Because the Tower card is the energy of Oya. It's a big tornado. And that tornado is uprooting everything that is not solidly put in. It's uprooting every tree, every building, every person, all the environments. Everything is being destroyed with the Tower card. And this person is going to end up, coming back in a very sad, depressive state. This is definitely someone that's going to come in where, they're going to need you. They're going to need your healing touch. They're going to need your healing power. This is someone that could feel more connected to people when they have sex, because this person has a lot of heavy sexual energy on their mind. And this could be someone that, thinks that, sexual healing is everything. That, as long as as long as I fuck you, I'm going to feel safe. I'm going to feel secure. This is someone that's definitely in some heavy sexual energy. You have the card at the bottom of the deck, which is what you don't see coming. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is you. The Queen of Pentacles is a healer. And so, this, you are being seen as a healer, that you're going to be like, come in this pussy. This ocean got the waters of Yemaya and Olako. Just insert your dick here, and it's going to cleanse you of all this worry. This is someone that's a healer, though, for real, all jokes aside. And it's very interesting because, there's a difference between the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups is loved and adored, and she is loved by everyone. And the Queen of Cups is someone that gives really good advice, and it's that mama, figure. But the Queen of Pentacles, it makes, when you're with the Queen of Cups, you understand that you are one of many that this queen has been drawn in to help. But the Queen of Pentacles is different. The Queen of Pentacles, you don't see yourself as one of the people that she was assigned to help. The Queen of Pentacles is a more personal approach. It's a more, practical approach. And so you're going to be seen as someone that's just practical. You're going to be seen as somebody that's going to be a healer. And this is one of the reasons why this person is attracted to you and drawn to you, is that, this person sees you as somebody that, I can lay my head on my shoulder. I can lay my head on your shoulders and cry because, I know that, I'm good at, I don't have to be strong all the time. I can show you my weakness. I can show you that things are getting on my nerves and things like that. This is definitely an energy that where this person sees you as home. This person sees you as a safe space. Because remember, Pentacles is grounding energy. In Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles, which talks about safety and security, the Ace of Pentacles, which is a solid, new beginning. And so Pentacles represents solid energy. And so with the Queen of Pentacles being at the bottom of the deck, which is what you don't see coming, this is a solid anchor within this connection. Solid. I don't think I want to add anything else. I was gonna say something else, but nah. Ooh, this is my first reading for the day. It's getting to me. There's a lot of energy here. I can tell you one thing. One thing I can tell you is that one of you is about to get your somebody about to get their pussy banged out. A pussy, booty hole, mouth, whatever you want. Some is that dick is finna enter some hole that you got, and you finna get banged the fuck out. There's a lot of sexual energy here, but this person is depressed. This person is, sad, and they're sad that everybody is leaving their life. You're going to notice because, this is someone that, when you could have left them or something, they could have had thousands of friends, but now all of a sudden they got you. They don't got nobody else. They have nobody else. Ooh, I want to add some stuff from yesterday reading, but I'm not because I don't want to scare people. Because people hear the word, oh, somebody doing spell work, and oh no, it's not me. I promise you, bitch, it's you. It's you, bitch. No, when you people will say, oh, it's not me. I'm not the one doing spell work. But I did go on a fast for 3 days, and I petitioned to God that I want love to come back into my life, and I want my marriage to be restored, because God, you promised me that everything that the locust has taken, that you will give back to me, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Bitch, what the fuck do you think that was that just came out your mouth? That was a goddamn spell. You fasted, which is alchemy. And now you are petitioning a deity, and your offering is your sacrifice of no food and water, and you are saying that you're not doing spell work? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. That is spell work. Let's be real. Let the church say amen, and let's be real with the shit that we do. Prayers are spells. You are keep getting up every single morning. Lord, I thank you for restoring my marriage. 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 That is spell work. You are calling something in. You are calling something in with power and authority and faith. And you are rooting it in gratitude, which is the highest form of praise, which is the highest form of worship. You are in the position of the magician. You are in the position of speaking those things that are not as if they are. You are ignoring the fact that you went through a divorce. You are ignoring the fact that there is a separation, and you are keep saying, Lord, you promised me that you will place the lonely in families. Lord, you promised me that you will satisfy each and every last one of my desires with good things. Lord, you promised me that you will prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Lord, you promised me that healing will sprout up in the morning time. Lord, you promised me that greater is he that is within me than he that is within this world. Lord, you promised me that my smell is the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed, that God will bless me with heaven's dew and earth richness and abundance of grain and new wine, and nations will serve me and people will bow down to me, and that I am Lord over my adversaries, and those who curse me will be cursed, and those who bless me will be blessed. Lord, you promised me that you are my father and I am your son. Ask, and I will make the nations your inheritance and the ends of the earth your possessions, that you will break them with a rod of iron and you will dash them to pieces like pottery. Bitch, you are conjuring. You are conjuring. You are conjuring this person in. You are calling this person in. The Queen of Cups is a siren. It is a siren. It is a noise that cannot be ignored. The Queen of Cups is a mermaid. It's Yemaya. Yemaya is a powerful siren. This is someone that is using siren energy, which means that this other person can be affected by music or some type of wind element. Some type of that you could be playing music Keep thinking about this person. That is siren energy. But y'all don't want to talk about and learn. Some people don't want to talk about and learn what it is that they are doing in order to perfect it and to make it stronger. Some people will just, you're fine with it. You're fine not understanding the ins and outs as long as what you're doing is working. But it's good to have knowledge in what it is that we're doing so that we're not doing this and calling the wrong person in. But everybody want to be that powerful bitch, and to somebody actually tell you, oh, you're a powerful bitch, you're drawing somebody in. Oh no, I don't do magic. I'm a child of God, of the Most High, covered by the blood of Jesus. We don't do spell work. We don't manifest. We just, bitch, everything that came out your mouth was just manifestation. Everything that came out your mouth was just manifestation. And going into alchemy, fasting, breaking chains, removing spirits, calling energy in that are not as if they are. You're a whole Harry Potter over there. Oh God. But nobody liked it. Nobody liked the word. Nobody liked that word. Oh, somebody's doing magic here. I sense magic is here. Oh no, I'm not doing magic. My pussy is clean and safe. No, baby. You might not be doing what the common look of what magic is when people hear the word magic. You may not be doing the candles and the incense and the voodoo dolls and the crystals and the elements. You may not be doing that, but you are using a powerful element of wind. Your voice, your words is wind and fire. Wind, because all of our words are wind element. When we speak something, communication belongs to the wind family. Those are the swords. But it's mixed with fire when you are breathing the breath of life on what it is that you are speaking. That you are breathing the breath of life, that you are activating your faith when you say these things, that you believe what you're saying, that you're putting out in the universe, and you are standing on that word saying, God, you promised me that everything that the locust has taken will be restored. Bring this motherfucking shit back now, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That is wind, that is fire. You're a root worker, baby. You're a conjurer. You just call it a prayer. I'm a prayer warrior. Okay, shaman. Okay, shaman in the making. If that is your safe word, if that's what makes you feel safe in order to receive the message, you are a prayer warrior. Don't go back to your altar. Go to your prayer closet. That's not an altar in there. That is a prayer closet, because you are a prayer warrior. That's what you are. You're only a prayer warrior using a deity in the name of Jesus. Everything that the locust has taken will be restored to me. In the name of Jesus, that you said that you will place the lonely in family. So you're not a conjurer. You're not a root worker. You're not a full-blown shaman, which is the Queen of Pentacles. You're not a shaman. You're just a prayer warrior. Whatever helps you sleep at night, baby. Whatever helps you sleep at night. But I will tell you this. Whoever this reading is for, you are definitely a power motherfucker. You are a very powerful motherfucker. Regardless of what title you use, titles is shit. I don't care about a goddamn title. Whatever you want to call yourself, you can call yourself a shit stain for all I care. And you're a shit stain that's very powerful, that is bringing in the love that you desire, and you're bringing in the love that you feel that is meant for you. So good job, shit stain. You can call yourself whatever, and that title is not gonna it's not gonna influence what is happening. This is somebody that is using powerful energy, powerful manifestation. You are influencing the life of somebody else. And that's what this reading is. It is literally influencing the life of somebody else. We have learned in the last couple of days on these readings, and I like to do a live to really go deep and to really explain everything, because it's like, if you tune in, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You know what these lives are about at this point. You know that I like to go deep. You know that I'm a Gemini and I'm going to touch on everything. I like to explain everything down to its core. I try not to do that on the videos. On my videos, I try my hardest to stick to the point only. And then I use the live as the educational thing to tell you all of the things in the background that I'm seeing and stuff like that. And the one thing that we have been learning in the last couple of days, that all of these things, manifestation, spirits we're using, and all of this other stuff, that it narrows down to energy. And the thing that we learn about energy in elementary in science class is that energy cannot create, energy cannot destroy. Those are the two things that energy cannot do. Energy can only transfer, which means there's a manipulation of energy. That is what magic is. That is what your prayers are. That is what your candles are. That is what your voodoo dolls are. It's a manipulation of energy. It can't create. You can't create sickness inside of somebody. You didn't create that cancer. That person created the cancer because of the food choices. You're only using that to your advantage, what the person already created. So you are Harry Potter and not God. God is the only thing that can create. God is the only thing that can destroy. We only have a glimpse of that power by the breath of life flowing through us. And so we are not God that we can create or destroy something. We only manipulate it. Let's look at a real life example. Let's look at a crackhead. We all know what a fucking crackhead is. Some of y'all got millions of them running through your bloodline. So you know what a fucking crackhead is. And we can talk about the behavior of a crackhead. Have you noticed how when people stop doing crack, that same energy that they put into doing crack, they will take that same energy and just transfer it into something else? Just like they were getting high every single day, now they transferred that and they're going to the gym every single day, or they're running every single day, or they're getting on a bike every single day, or they got into church and now they're going to church every single day. They're going to Sunday service. They're in the choir. They're serving. They do things to the extreme. They replace one coping mechanism with another coping mechanism. What was created? Nothing. What was destroyed? Nothing. That same spirit that activated that person to do crack is the same spirit and energy that they're using to go to the gym, to read books, to go back to school, to get involved in the church. It's the same energy. And so energy cannot create anything. You're not a creator. Energy cannot destroy anything. You can't destroy. And even when we think about creating and destroying something, those two things go to the deities that y'all talk about the most. Creation is God, destruction is the devil. It says that the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And so you are not Lucifer. You're not God. So you have no power to create. You have no power to destroy. The only thing your motherfucking ass can do is manipulate energy. And you manipulate that energy by your prayers, by the candles, by the incense, by the crystals you're using and everything else. All you're doing is manipulating energy. And so when you're doing a love spell, you didn't make this person love you. There was already love there. You can't create love in anybody. There was already love there. You're just manipulating that love. Where you are saying that you think about me on a 10% of your day. You think about me. Now when I'm doing a love spell, you're thinking about me 90% of the time. You're thinking about me 100% of the time. Did you create anything? No, bitch, you didn't. Stop giving yourself that credit. You didn't create shit. That love was already there. The only thing you're doing is manipulating what is already in that person. You're manipulating what is already in their mind. You're manipulating what is already in their heart. Now, the cautious thing in this is you better be careful what you're manipulating. So now let's go into the practical aspects of everything, because I like to dive deep into practical things. If this person that you're manifesting in, if the only thing that they see you in their mind, if they see that, damn, this bitch got a nice fat ass bubble butt, damn, this bitch got some nice fat ass juicy titties, damn, this nigga got a big ass dick, damn, this nigga got a big ass bubble butt. If that is the only thing that is in that person's mind, when you do witchcraft on that person and you bring that person into a love spell, you can only manipulate what is already there. And if all they see you in is in a sexual way, when they come to you, they will only come to you in a sexual way. They will only be connected to you in a sexual way, which means now you would have to do the physical work of building everything else. You got to build the emotional, because the emotional was not part of this package, because they were never connected to you emotionally. They only seen you with a big fat ass bubble butt that they want to fuck every single day. And so a love spell is not a guarantee that this is going to be a good relationship. A love spell is just saying that there's going to be an opportunity for this thing to come together, and you got to put the rest of the seasoning in when you get with this person, because if the only thing that is inside that person is energy of wanting to fuck you, that is the only thing that is going to be existence when this person come into your life. They are only going to want to put that dick everywhere. And you like, why is this person only fucking me, but they're not taking me on dates, and they're not doing this and they're not doing that? Because you only manipulated the energy that was there. The only energy that was there was the energy from their dick. That was the only energy. They just wanted to get you pregnant. They just wanted to fuck you. And those things can get out of hand, because now this person, they can love you so much only in the realm of sexual energy that they like, shit, I love you so much, I want to do a threesome. Let me fuck you and your sister at the same time. And you like, oh, why would you say something like that? Because you only maximize my sexual energy for you. All I wanted to do was fuck you. I didn't want to wife you. And if you call somebody like that in, that's the only thing that they're going to want to do is fuck you. You can't create something. You cannot create something inside of somebody. And we need to understand that you can't destroy. You can't cheat on a motherfucker and treat them like shit, and now they built this hatred for you, and you like, oh, I'm gonna do a love spell to fix this. Fix what? You can't destroy. If that person has hatred for you, they're going to keep having that hatred for you until you do something in the physical to remove that hatred. What is the cost of removing that hatred? Is it you needing to go in and apologize? Is it you needing to change yourself and present yourself differently to this person? But you can't destroy what they feel. If they hate your fucking guts and you're doing the love spell to make this person go from thinking about you 10% to thinking about you 90% of the time, you just raised their hatred for you. They were only hating you 10% of the time. Now they hate you 90% of the time. You can't destroy shit. That every time that person think about you, they like, man, that bitch was so fucked up. That bitch was crazy as a motherfucker. And now the love spell is actually working as a separation spell because every time they think about how much they hate you, it's causing more delays. It's causing more separation. When somebody got hatred for you, the best thing you can do is let that motherfucking shit die down. Let that hatred and stuff die down. They gotta remove that. They gotta transfer that energy to something else in order for you to work your magic now. But when a person hates your fucking guts, baby, wrap that up. No spell. You wasting your money at that point. You can go to the best shaman, you know. You can go to the best Orisha priest, Ifa, Palo Mayombe, and everything else. And energy does not create and it does not destroy. That person is not going to get rid of that hatred for you until they transfer that to something else. Whether they transfer that to forgiveness and they forgive you and they let it go. It only can be transferred. It cannot be removed. It can't be destroyed. Whew. Somebody said I'm answering so many questions. I strive to. I like to break things down that, people fully understand what magic is. Some people get into la la land and they think that magic is something that is not. That, I'm going to do magic on you and you just going to be head over heels in love with me. Bitch, that nigga don't even know you. When we think of magic as a conduit. A conduit must be there. It must be something that the energy can attach itself to, which is a conduit. When we are creating spirit dolls, and when we are creating a consecrated ancestor or a consecrated Orisha, what is done is it must be a conduit. It must be a conduit that is going to receive the energy. And so somebody is saying, I want the Orisha Chango. Whether the person use a rock, whether they use a statue, whether they use a doll, it is saying that this is the conduit in order to receive the energy. And so now they're performing ceremonies on this statue in order to make this a consecrated Chango, in order to make this a consecrated Orisha. And so a conduit must be present. And so it is the same thing when we are sending magic out to somebody. When we are sending magic out, it must be a conduit. And that conduit is And so the conduit is, I have a friendship with this person. Now, because you have a friendship that's in good standing, now you can do a love spell because it can take that friendship and put it into a relationship now, an intimate relationship. It gotta have a conduit to attach to. If the energy that you are calling in don't have anything to attach to, that you're calling energy in order for somebody to come back, but it can't attach to memories because this person is not remembering you anymore because they hate you or they don't know you. It can't attach to experience because you have no experience with this person. It can't attach to, what they think about you because they think shit about you. And so if it has no conduit to attach itself to, you're doing that spell in vain. You're doing that prayer in vain. The physical come before the spiritual. You must get that person in a mood of missing you, of loving you, of cherishing you. And now with that, you can manipulate energy. I hope I explained that right. I hope because in my mind, I get it. In my mind, I get it. But sometimes it's hard explaining what it is that you know. Because, when I say conduit, I gave you the physical representation of a conduit, but conduits are always not physical. A conduit can be a memory. A conduit can be an experience. A conduit can be something that is attached in that person, whether it's tangible or whether it's intangible. Whew. Some people take conduits where they will take a rock and consecrate it with all types of negative energy, and then they will put it under your home, and your whole house is in chaos. And you're wondering why. You're getting into it with your kids and everything else. And then all of a sudden, Spirit gives you a vision and dream, and Spirit is telling you to remove this rock from underneath your house. And you are like, what fucking sense do that make? Lord, my whole house is breaking into chaos. Why the fuck am I worried about a rock that is underneath my house? Because that rock was infused with negative energy. That rock is the conduit. That rock is the thing that is causing this energy. And so we do the same thing with casting out negative energy. And so somebody can come in your house and do all the cleansings in the world, and it will be a band-aid approach, and everything will go back to everything will be normal for like 3 days, but then it goes back to chaos because the conduit is still in the house. It's still attached to your dwelling. And so you can do all the rituals, the cleansings, and everything else, and nothing is going to break until you remove the conduit. And that is why a general spell to remove spell work is never going to work for just everybody. The way that you break witchcraft up, it depends on the circumstance. For everybody is different. For one person, I can get away with only doing incense and stuff like that because the way that you were attacked through wind element. Everything in the cards is saying that you're under an illusion, that this person is attacking your mind. And so I can use wind in order to remove wind. If this was a fire ritual, I'm going to use fire. If this was an earth ritual, which is burying you in the cemetery and stuff like that, I got to use earth elements now. And now with that, I might have to use animals. I might have to sacrifice some animals and use animals in order to remove this magic. If you swallowed something, drinking things that the person essence is inside of you, I might end up doing a ritual, and while doing the ritual, I'm going to end up making you a good tea. And I'm going to tell you to drink this as I'm putting incense and stuff all over your body, as I'm putting you in the tub with herbs. Drink this tea, because what was done was in the inside, and so the way that you get rid of it is through the inside. Everything depends on how it was done. It's a matching. Just a general thing is not going to get rid of everything. Pastor laying hand on you and removing spirits and stuff like that, they're able to remove the spirit because it's a spirit that's attached to you. That means somebody conjured a spirit. And so those are the things that we got to understand. It got to match. We just can't be doing just random shit. And then people are telling you the witchcraft you removed is still here. Yeah, bitch, because they didn't do it right. We just can't randomly, every single time, I'm going to take a spiritual bath. Spiritual baths don't work on everything. Water and herbs don't work on everything. It depends on how you're being affected. And this is the importance of divination. We need to understand the source of the magic, the source of the energy. We need to understand the elements that are at play here. What is this person using? Are they using water? Are they using fire? Are they using air? Are they using I think I already said them all. Swords, water, cups. Swords is air. Water is cups. earth elements is pentacles, and then fire is wands. And so you got to understand the way that the magic is being set up here. Ooh. All right, that was a lot. Let's press through, y'all. Let's press through. Ooh, that was a lot. Sometimes, these downloads and stuff, they be coming. And y'all like, why do this nigga yell so much? I try not to. I really do. But when the spirits are telling you things left, right, up, down, in circles and stuff like that, you're trying to catch all these goddamn messages, and you just like, ugh. You know, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is a lot. Shit, I don't be meaning to yell and stuff, but it be a lot. You know, sometimes I be, you know, even though those pastors be getting on my nerves, you know, sometimes I think it is that, you know, people are tapping into the spiritual realm. Some people are just mocking what they're seeing. It's like a parrot. You know, they did it, so I'm gonna do it. Because I hate those pastors when they be like, and the word, and God said, and you like, nigga. Y'all pastors gotta learn breath control. I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing your whole soul grasp for air. I'm tired of that shit. It's irritating as fuck. It is irritating as fuck. Learn breathing. Breathe in to your nose and out through your motherfucking mouth, and not breathing in and out through your mouth on a goddamn microphone. It irritates my goddamn soul. Every single time I'm at a church and you hear this black man breathing like they have respiratory issues. Stop it. Stop it. That's foolishness. Stop that shit. Somebody probably did it because they actually was in the spiritual realm, and everybody else just mimicked it. Oh, that's what he did? And everybody seen him spiritually? Let me try it. Ooh, and the Lord. Stop it. Stop the damn foolishness. Ugh. That's why I hate religion. Because religion is nothing but copycats. They're mockers. I seen a goddamn man do it, and now I'm finna do it. It's nothing but parrots. That's all it is I'm repeating and mimicking the same thing that the last nigga did. Be authentic. Be your authentic self. Every last one of us has a different measure of spirit and energy inside of us, that we are our own unique self, and the way that spirit is expressed through us, it is unique. It is not uniform. It is not tailored. It is not the same. Our energies are different. It's going to be expressed in different ways. And we got to allow that freedom of how spirit choose to exercise that energy through us to be exercised in that way. With some of you, you need to sing. With some of you, you need to dance. With some of you, you need to holler. With some of you, you need to run. With some of you, you will fall out. With some of you, you will go into deep meditative trance. With some of you, you will be able to dream like crazy. But that's not all of us. You got to go in the flow in which spirit is naturally going. If the spirit inside of you is a spirit of worship, then you will always express that through the form of worship. If the spirit inside of you is praise, you will always reflect that in the form of praise. If the spirit inside of you is a prayer warrior outside of this world, you will always reflect that through communication. We are not all the same. We're only attached to the same energy source. Ooh, I can't stand a room full of parrots. Stop mocking. Stop being a goddamn copycat. Ugh, it irks my nerves. I don't even know how we got on that. Typical Gemini. I done got on the topic and can't even figure out how I got there. We just went down a whole rabbit hole. But this is someone that is manifesting. Someone is manifesting like crazy. Baby, I got my meditation on. I got my meditation on. Somebody is meditating like crazy. Somebody really is meditating. You are manifesting, not meditating. I don't want to say meditating because that's a channel. That's a channel in which you use to manifest. I meant to say manifest. Somebody is manifesting like crazy. Manifesting is a general term because it's saying that you're calling somebody in, but it's not telling you the channel in which you're doing it. And so some of you are manifesting. And so manifesting is not saying, when somebody is saying you're doing spell work or you're manifesting or something like that, stop getting so defensive. That is not saying that you are channeling this through a candle, that you're channeling this through herbs, it's not saying that. It's just saying that you're manifesting, you're pulling something in. Bitch, be happy. This is a good omen. It's not saying that you're Harry Potter of the Seven Ward. It's not saying that, bitch. It's just saying that you're pulling something in, whatever channel you're using. And baby, we don't have to get defensive and say what our channel is to separate ourselves from the hoodoo practitioners and separate ourselves from the Santeria and to separate ourselves from Ifa and to separate ourselves from Palo Mayombe and to separate ourselves from voodoo. Bitch, nobody care about your goddamn path. The only thing I'd said in a general way is that you're manifesting. You're calling something in. Nobody gives a fuck about what channel you're using. No, some people is like, oh, goddamn, this is a powerful reading. Bitch, you need to give me your tips. So, I mean, some people like, shit, with this reading, baby, you need to write a book. You need to teach everybody else how to do this. But it's not saying get defensive. It is not saying get defensive and now you're questioning your own power, because it will weaken this reading. Never have I said what you're doing is evil. I have never said that what you're doing is wrong. I have never said that what you're doing is being seen as a bad omen. If it was, I will tell you, and I'll be correcting your bitch ass. But I'm not. I'm more on the side of encouraging you and telling yourself, don't discourage yourself, because I use the word, this is spell work, this is manifestation. Bitch, we all use spell work. Bitch, we all manifest. It just seemed like you're being a little bit more conscious is what I want to say, of the power that you possess. You're more aware of your energy now. You're sitting as a whole empress. It's the combination of all four of the elements. All right, let's get into hidden emotions. And this is a long fucking... Oh, we already at 2 hours. Well, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's been 2 hours, but I mean, y'all know this ain't no damn video. Y'all know this is a live reading. If you choose to stay, you choose to stay. I mean, it's a lot of information, you know, but I don't care about timing when it's alive, you know, unless I got to pick up Elijah or something, because, you know, that's the whole purpose of this. I'm going to give as much information as possible. And shit, if you don't like it, bitch, you can go. You know, that's the one thing about it, you know, and people, you do not have to announce your exit. You don't got to let me know, oh, I'm gone. Bitch, go. I wasn't looking for you. Why do motherfuckers be thinking that I'm looking for them? Bitch, I was never looking for you. I'm talking to the other bitch. I never took roll call. I never took attendance. I never knew you were in the audience, baby. And because I never knew you were in the audience, you don't have to let me know that you have to exit. Baby, go get that exit. Okay? I support you. I approve your message. Let's get into the hidden emotions. The first thing that we're going to do is we're getting into the hidden emotion of the overall energy. Before we get the hidden emotion, let's go what's in the overall energy. The overall energy is telling us that there is a strong tower card here. This is a phase in the emperor life that they are losing everything. This person is losing friends, they're losing family members. Anything that is in their life that is not serving their highest good, the tornado, the wind, the thunder, the rain of the energy of the tower card, which is the energy of Oya, it removes all these things. When we think about the deity Oya, which is my head Orisha, which is right over here. Oh, baby up. Wait 1 minute. Here, start with your fruit. Finish your fruit from earlier. And then when you get done, I'll give you your milk. Sit all the way back. You good? Squeeze it. Go ahead. Let me get you another one too. All right. Go ahead, finish that. When you finish that, I'll give you another one, okay? You don't like this one as much. Come on. Because you don't like the one with oats as much. You don't like this one. All right. And then you got your milk. All right, so the overall so the overall energy, we have the tower card. The tower card is saying that there is a big change that is happening in this person's life, that things are being uprooted. Anything that is not, when it comes to the tower card, anything that is not serving your highest good, it goes. The tower energy is the energy of Oya, and the more that you understand Oya, you will understand both the energy of the tower card and the death card, because both of those cards are associated with Oya. Oya is the goddess of wind. She is the goddess of thunder. And when you think of Oya, you think of Storm from X-Men. Oya is the Orisha that she is half Egun and half Orisha, which means that she is over the dead and she's an Orisha. That is why Oya, one of her places, is the gate of the cemetery. Whenever you are honoring and acknowledging Oya, you leave offerings at the gate of the cemetery. And a really well-known offering for Oya is eggplants. And you don't go past 9. 9 is her number. And so depending on how fast and powerful you need Oya, it depends on, that determines the amount of eggplants you give her. If you are saying, Oya, I'm just only coming to honor and acknowledge you, you can leave like 3 eggplants, 1 eggplant at the gate of the cemetery. But if you are saying, Oya, I am in dire need, I need you right now, I need your help, I need you to help me through this transition, I'm going through a season of rebirth, then you would leave 9. You would do the whole 9 yards. You would do 9, you would drench it with honey and then some palm oil, and you would, Oya Yansa, bless me, ga, whatever you want to add. And so the tower energy is a powerful storm. And we got to understand that Oya doesn't control the wind. Oya is the wind. She is the tornado. She is wind itself. And so Oya is the Orisha that is present when you are born and when you go. Because it is Oya who gives you the breath of life. It is Oya who gives you the breath of life. And then it is Oya that takes the breath of life away from you. And the moment that Oya takes the breath of life away from you, who do you meet next? You meet Oduduwa. Oduduwa is like what most people will refer to as Anubis. Oduduwa is the one that will lead you and judge you to see if your heart was light as a feather. It is Oduduwa that gives that judgment. So Oduduwa is a whole nother different thing, but Oya is very powerful, and we call on Oya in times of great transitions. And so Oya is a very powerful storm, and she uproots anything that is not truth, anything that is faulty, anything that does not have a stable foundation. Oya uproot that energy. You keeping all this stuff at the bottom, boy. All right, now go. Because I want to get every penny from out of that. I want every penny from out of that. I want you to get every fruit, every oak, everything that is in that bag. Suck it all out. Uh-huh. I'm getting my money's worth. I'm not playing. Look, as soon as that stuff go to the bottom, I'm teaching them. We finna pull it right back up. We finna pull it right back up to the top. Go ahead, get that lip it out. Uh-huh. And yep, I want every penny from out of here. Everything coming from out of here, buddy. There you go. All right, you can let go now. You did your part. You got it all out. I want all my money's worth. You want another one? This one is different. Look, this is apple, banana, and peach with yogurt. Ooh, this one is better. This one is better than the last one you had. Yeah, that one good. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You like that one. You know what's up. You know what's up. You finna be shitting up a storm though, but you know what's up. All right, so there's a huge change that's happening in this person's life, and this change is going to go into the energy, the next phase, as the 7 of Wands, that this person is now going to persevere, fighting. I mean, look at the 7 of Wands. I mean, come on now. Do this look like a nigga that's gonna give up? Seven of Wands is a perseverance energy. You know, this is somebody that took the one and they like, I'm finna work the ground now. I'm finna work the ground and I'm finna do what I gotta do. You know, this is someone that's gonna persevere now. And they're persevering to the Empress. And it's saying that this person is gonna be with the Empress. This person is stuck on the past and they're going to transition from the past with the death card being here, which means that they're going to take this energy being fueled of the past and bring this into the present moment. And so this overall energy is saying that, look, this person is coming back, but this person is coming back because of the storm. This storm is about to awaken some things in this person, and this person is going through ego death with the death card being here. So now with that recap, what is the overall energy? Boom, open heart. This motherfucker is being receptive now. This is someone, if this is someone that has been no communication, this motherfucker has been in the silence, not anymore, their heart is opening. This is someone that their heart is opening. And then the card at the bottom of the deck, which we use the card at the bottom of the deck as the clarifier. I don't pull out another clarifier when it comes to the hidden emotions. I always let the card at the bottom of the deck be the clarifier. And with this open heart, you have memories. This motherfucker is having memories, which is the energy of the Six of Cups. This is an alignment. This person is going through, you said it, you know what it is. Look, you might be some too. He doesn't agree to it. This person now has an open heart. Now we're in the crossing energy. The crossing energy is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is saying that this person is in regret now. They're in regret because of the Tower card. It is the Tower energy that is fueling this regret. And the Tower has also proven in this that it knocked down this relationship that they were in. Whatever was in their life that was serving as the Three of Cups, baby, that shit is spilled over. That shit is spilled over. They're no longer basking in this relationship that they were in. The Tower card took that away. I told you, the Tower energy is going to remove every motherfucking thing that is not rooted and that is not truth. The Bible says that we worship in spirit and in truth. And when the Tower card come in, those are the only thing that stand is spirit and truth. Those are the only two things that stand when a Tower card is here. And now you have the Devil. And the Devil talks about an obsession. And this is very interesting as well. Because, what did you say? How you know who I am? Who told you who I was? Who told you who I was? Was it your daddy? He just said as clear as day, he was like, Uncle. So he knows. And he's 1 year old. He turned 2 in October. And he said as clear as day, Uncle. So you know who I am. I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you. Isaiah just dropped him off. No introduction. He was just, and I know he was, Israel was looking at me like, who is this nigga? Huh? He told you? He told you who I was? Ooh, shit, I done got some fruit on me. Yeah. Trying to make sure you get every ounce of this. I got fruit on me. It's a little bit different, y'all, having a kid in the house now. You know, Elijah, you what? You want your milk? You want your milk? Milk? Drink your milk. Oh, you don't want no milk. All right, so The Five of Cups, it's telling us that the Tower card has already done knocked this shit over. This person is not in a relationship, or this relationship is coming to an end. And that's what I was going to say. The interesting thing about the Tower card is a very strong wind. It's a strong wind, it's a tornado. And when you look at the Devil card is anchored to people in chains. This is letting me know that the Tower card is not blowing this connection away from you. You're anchored. This is being served as an anchor, because these are two people that is chaining themselves up, that as the wind is blowing, everything else around them is being destroyed, but they like, we good, we still, even if the wind blow us, we're still anchored by this chain. And so, this is someone that is definitely anchored in their feelings for you. And this is someone that is very lustful of you, if I explain that correctly. But this is someone where, as everything else is blowing around and is moving everything that is not serving this person highest good, this is not moving around you. I forgot I got a ritual in this other room. Let me check on this ritual. I'm everywhere right now. I got baby, and I got rituals, got a reading, got a live. I'm doing a live. I'm doing everything. Too many things at once. Huh? You don't want your milk? Why you don't want your milk? You drink a lot, boy. You drank a lot of milk yesterday. Your brother said you don't want no more milk. You sure you don't want your milk? You know there's milk in there, right? You want it? You don't want milk? You don't want milk right now? All right, I'll get you dressed in a minute, and we're gonna go somewhere. Okay? We'll go somewhere in a minute. You just be in this. He be in his own world. He be in his own world. You be in your own world, boy. All right. What is the hidden emotion, spirit, for this for the crossing energy? You be in your own world. We have karma and we have emotional storm. This person is going through karma. This person is going through karma and they're going through a huge emotional storm. And the emotional storm is losing everything right now. But this is being seen as karma. What you doing? Emotional storm and karma. Now we have in the crossing energy, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups, we have the Lovers, and we have the King of Cups. And it's saying that this person's emotional state is feeling betrayed, with the Ten of Swords being here. Let's see what the hidden emotion is. We have healing. This is someone that is releasing. Healing is all about releasing. So once again, this is saying that this person is releasing everything that is not serving their highest good. And card at the bottom of the deck is silence. This person is in silent mode. What is the hidden emotion for? Hidden emotion for the outcome position, you have confusion, that this person is unsure right now, but the card at the bottom of the deck is confessions. This person is ready to confess what it is that they feel. I would go more deep into it, but he's up now, so I'm gonna have to tend to him. I'm gonna have to give him a bath, and I gotta brush his teeth and everything. You're gonna be crying when I brush your teeth. Because your daddy said your toothbrush and your toothpaste is in your bag. Israel, by Israel, by Israel, by Israel, by Israel, by mwah, 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 mwah. Israel, Israel, Israel. Boo, boo. Ah, boo. Boo, boo, boo. Look at you. You still sleeping? Because you were so crying for me to come get you. What you looking at? You drawn to that statue? Or the spirit's talking to you? The spirit's talking to you. You want your cup now? Cup? You gonna drink? You gonna drink or no? Let me get you ready for the day. Let me get you dressed. Let me change your diaper and everything and brush your teeth. Because I guess your daddy haven't did none. Oh, look at you. Got your like teeth coming in. You fancy. All right, let me end this live, y'all. All right, Israel, you want to say bye to the people? Israel, look. You want to wave bye? Say bye. Say bye. Look, Israel. Huh? Those are empty. Cup? All you got is milk. Are you gonna drink it now? You gonna drink? All right, y'all. Let me get him ready. Let me go and get him ready for the day. But all in all, really good reading. I might try to get back into it later because I got baby for a couple of days, so I got to really get my readings done early because if not, I'm not going to be able to get them done while he here. Because once he up, he said he get all the attention. He get to watch his TV shows and everything and traveling him around so he can fall asleep in the car. Oh, man. You gonna say bye? Israel. He said he don't know y'all. He said stranger danger. He said he do not know y'all. You looking at the cards. You understand it? You understand what the cards are saying? Tell the people. All right, y'all. We're about to go. I got to get him ready. Mwah. Let me get him ready. See y'all later.